What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to take a quick look at Cronos, the New Dawn, and a major milestone for the game. 500,000 units sold. By the way, beautiful picture. I really like that just graphic. And they tweeted, 500,000 travelers are already paving the path through the unforgiving world, distorted between timelines. Here's to another incredible milestone for Cronos, the New Dawn. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The vocation continues. And look, you know, they gave me a review code. I'll just disclose that. But honestly, the game's amazing. The game is really good. I think it's well worth a play. And, you know, it's cool to see games of different scale, right? Like, oftentimes I'll do videos on this game makes 5 million, or this game did 2 million or 3 million. We talk about Ghost of Yote, or actually the same day as this is Cronos. I think Cyberpunk reached 35 million. So different scales for sure. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean quality, right? It just means the sales. And, you know, it's cool to see a game of this scale. Number one, well, cross a milestone, 500,000 is a big deal. But number two, like, this is rather successful. And that's also cool, again, in those scales. Like, some games sell 2 million and they need to sell like 8, and so they're a massive failure, right? For a game like this, they've already actually talked about this game in financial, like, investment talks, and they've always talked this game up. I think investors have asked them if they are actually going to do more of these games, like make sequels. And I believe they answer with kind of too early, you know, to really get into it. But every time they've talked about it, including to investors, where, you know, you're not lying to them, you're not going to make up numbers, they're really happy with the sales and with the, you know, what this game was capable of doing. And then, you know, you look at the sales and you say, you know, it's not changing the world, it's not, you know, doing too many, but you know what? If it's successful to them, that's amazing. And I think you need, by the way, you need more games where hitting 300, 400, 500,000 becomes successful, right? There's just so many, at least AAA. And that's the thing. This is not really a AAA game. I think it actually has a lot of the qualities of a AAA game, but it's more, at least team size and budget and all that jazz, definitely more like the AA space. But, you know, it's a game that I think can make its money back, you know, if it hits this, or when it gets to 1.5, which I think, you know, games like this kind of have a little bit longer of a life. You know, it might go on to sell more, maybe through sales, right? So it might not be full price copies that this game is selling next year, 2027, but it's a game that I think will hit 1, maybe even 2 million units. So, by the way, to go along with other games in its genre, like, you think about really a very nice comparable in Silent Hill. These are also games I talk about so much on these channels, and Silent Hill also is not really capable of reaching 5, 6, 7, 8 million units in like one game. You know, the entire franchise, I believe, has sold 13 million units, and it's a long franchise, right? That means a lot of those games just didn't sell all that much. Really, as we've said many times, Resident Evil is the only kind of survival game in this class that's capable of doing like 10 million, you know, each time. But everybody else, you know, this is kind of that range, and as long as you make your game smart, you know, then this is successful to you. A lot of times, though, games are not made smart. So great job, great for it, really happy to see, and I think it's going to hit 1 million. You have to give it, I imagine, quite a while, maybe sometime like late next year, they might say, you know, reached 1 million. But I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good game, kind of an undervalued or underappreciated game this year. And I don't say that just because they gave me a review code. I legitimately enjoyed it quite a bit. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.